their fight for democracy. Tonight, some prominent American conservatives are meeting them in the semi-autonomous territory.
This Hong Kong movement for democracy is something every American needs to pray for, needs to try to support, because the Chinese regime in Beijing is probably more vulnerable than we realize.
We're looking at a face-off on one of the main roads in Hong Kong this Sunday afternoon. At one end, protesters with umbrellas ready because the tear gas will be shot by police.
With the suppression that we're seeing from the Chinese communists towards these peaceful protesters, there was a genuine concern that Matt, Dan, and several other of the ACU staff would end up in jail.
We should people say, I will die for freedom, and they meant it.
This morning, anti-government protests in Hong Kong reaching a new level of violence.
Tens of thousands marched to the U.S. consulate, pleading with President Trump to liberate Hong Kong. The American flag held high as the crowd sang America's national anthem.
Strong leadership coming from President Trump has put some of these regimes on the precipice, and I'm hoping that they fall the right way, which is freedom from the people.
Shannon, I've just never seen anything like it. What you have is literally thousands of them, mostly what I would call students or kids, teenagers. Some as young as 12 years old have been arrested.
Something I hear all over the globe when I travel. People in MAGA hats. People saying, please tell your president that for the first time we have an American leader who's got our back, who's on our side.
They're willing to give their lives for this struggle. It's a very emotional thing to see young people committed to democracy.
It's completely the opposite of what they hear when they turn on CNN International in their country about how much the globe is so embarrassed by Donald Trump.
The movement is now receiving support from members of the Conservative Political Action Conference here in the U.S. The conservative group joined student protesters, some as young as 12.
I had a young man come up to me. I looked very American clearly on the streets of Hong Kong, and he said, "Are you with CPAC?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm with CPAC." He goes, "Thank you for being here with me." It makes you almost want to tear up. These are really important times.
Our last night in Hong Kong, this great patriot who stands for freedom, Jimmy Lai, invited us to his house.
And when we showed up at Jimmy's house, there were members of the media who were essentially communist spies from media outlets owned by the communist regime in Beijing. They were there to harass us, to make us feel unsafe.
Filming us as we were walking in, videotaping us, recording who we are, why we were there.
We had this conversation around the table. What's at stake? What are the chances that this comes out well for the people of Hong Kong? What are the chances that a Tiananmen Square type episode occurs? Will there be this violent, bloody crackdown? And as we said our goodbyes, we headed back to our hotel. We all went to sleep, and not many hours later, we were woken up to the news that
The home of Hong Kong media tycoon Jimmy Lai was attacked early Thursday morning by a firebomb.
Two masked men lit glass bottles on fire in front of Lai's residence and lobbed them at the gate. The firebombs were seen as an act of intimidation against the pro-democracy tycoon.
they were sending us a very clear message. Don't meet with Jimmy. They were sending Jimmy a very clear message. Don't meet with the CPAC guys. And I think they were also sending us a message that it was time for us to leave. Of course, the greatest thing about going to Brazil is just the spirit of the people. I mean, they want to sing, dance, chant, hug. Our biggest message from America is the following. Number one, what you're doing in Brazil, you're giving us hope. Hopefully what we're doing in America is giving you hope. Number two, President Trump stood up in front of the UN and at the Congress, and in every speech he says, America will never embrace socialism.
is a very nice opportunity. Maybe it's the first time that the Brazilians have the opportunity to have an event like this. It's important to know how to debate with the socialists or with the leftists about corruption and gun control and all the other issues that are very precious for us.
I'm a conservative because I believe in good morals and values.
I think they're so enthusiastic because the yoke of socialism has been lifted. They've experienced it. They've lived through it. They're survivors. They love what they hear coming out of America.
I want to see if you do recognize that you are. Like this?
You would hear them talk Portuguese, and then they would say, fake news. And people would just start screaming. They totally understood this concept of fake news, which we think only happens here in America. Well, it happens here in Brazil as well.
They're trying to seize control of media and seize control of population. So the conscience is awakening. People are awakening to conscience and becoming aware of this and trying to keep their rights, civil rights.
So we had about 20 to 30 years of socialism in Brazil. Obviously, it was a disaster, not only economically, but morally.
But for us, as a family, this fight against communism is very personal. Because for Mercy, who's Cuban-American, her father was in Cuba when the communists came to power in the name of Fidel Castro. Mercy's father decided to fight communism, and for that he was put in prison. He escaped barely with his life into America. As a man in his 80s, he looks at America and he's worried that the communism he fled in Cuba is starting to infiltrate the country now that he calls his own, America.
Yeah, very unfortunately, here in Brazil, we have been under socialist government for 16 years, or even more. And there's a rising of conservative ideas, and it's a very important moment to be here.
As CPAC goes around the world, we learn about the individual issues in different parts of the world. Some of them are very different, but there is very much a common ground. It makes us allies in the sense that we're all fighting the same thing.
Fantastic. That's what I call a literacy program right there.